You're right. I gotta go back. All right. All right. We are back here with another installment. Chupacabra Games Monday Modern. We are pretty janky setup today. Our table manager is out for the day, unknowingly, but we have something working in the meantime to show y'all. So all hope is not lost. We're still in round one here, and I believe this is game 3. All right. Looks like we have Indomitable Creativity versus Red White Prowess, and we are in game 3 now. We're gonna have slightly worse everything today, but it's gonna be something worse than better than nothing. We have basically just our life total tracker, and we have a visual source of the game, and that's really all we need. We'll have some commentary by myself, as well as Brinker, who is joining me back here in the booth. All right, so Torpor Orb is in play. I think got some Indomitable Creativity. I guess that stops Archon of Emeria. Looks like Darren is playing a black version of the creativity deck with, as we see now, Persist, as well as Collective Brutality.
I was actually talking to him earlier, and he's on Grixis
specifically. Oh, okay. So no white.
Yeah, and also cut green because the deck used to be
for red. No black. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently last week or something he was playing 5 color and he decided he hated that. So
understandable.
Yeah. I think he said something about people just killing his Archons too much, making it not possible for him to win the game very easily.
So this is more of a resilient than combo-based game we're trying to play here?
Yep.
It looks like Collective Brutality got one of these burn spells. It looks like they're on a pretty heavy burn hand, too. Not a lot of creatures. Darren's going to be making a couple artifacts, or a couple tokens here, along with the Dwarven Mind creature.
Oh, yeah, man. What's the... I forget what the name of that crab spell was. With the
Hard Evidence.
Yeah, there was some other nickname that people were giving it, though, when it first came out.
Oh.
I forget. Whatever.
I'm not too sure. So does Torpor Orb actually stop Darren's combo?
It'll so I know Darren's just on the Archons. It'll stop the ETB trigger from the Archons.
Right, but that's it.
Yeah.
So I guess it gives the player a turn to answer it before too much has been done.
Yeah, you don't lose the card as the torpor orb
Right.
owner.
Yeah.
You don't lose the 3 life. Big in this matchup since they're on burn is the lack of gaining life. I think that's not an insignificant factor to be accounted for. That is one whole more lightning bolt that they don't have to worry about locating within their deck.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I don't took 1 for some reason. Oh, they got attacked by a dwarf. Okay.
Yes.
I don't hate it, especially because, like, I mean, the general heuristic for burn is every card in your hand is a lightning bolt.
Sure.
So when your opponent is making you discard a card and also gaining 3 life, that's 2 lightning bolts right there.
Yeah. That's a pretty big value. I know V's playing stuff like Lava Dart too, so
Yeah.
stuff like that might not be as bad to discard.
Yeah, and there's a bubble. Oh, and just
here's Path.
Yeah, upkeep path on the Archon. I like that. I think that's the correct timing for path as a aficionado of white spells. I think I can definitely speak to that.
Yeah, Path isn't something we too commonly see now anymore, though.
Yeah, I think it's just a burn sideboard card, and I've actually I'm back on it in Death and Taxes. So,
yeah. Oh, I think we saw a little bit of that last week.
I believe it's sometime. I don't know if they came out at all, or if they actually showed up at all. But I definitely
Path to Ragavan on turn 1
last week.
I think so.
Yeah, you know what? That was against the pitch against Kai.
Somebody made a comment about it. That's the only reason I remember.
Yeah, that is correct. I did Path of Ragavan on in game 1 against Kai. Yeah, technically on Kai's turn 2.
Yeah, sure.
So
sure.
Didn't give them the extra mana.
That's fair. Well, so double Torpor Orb did kind of buy some time, but
I mean,
I think you would rather see almost any other card here than Torpor Orb.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like Darren chose the shock plus make a treasure mode on Prismari command, just deciding that the 2 Torpor orbs or something he can't possibly overcome.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to find another Prismari command or some other way to deal with it. But like you're saying, I don't think he really has a better answer to that, and I don't think he sees it as too big of a problem either. So we're just gonna have Dwarven Mine finish the job here. That would not be bussin' for real, for real.
Yeah.
So I think we're on Dwarf Beatdown.
I mean, whatever gets the job done, right?
I mean, with an 0-3 crab, I mean, you can freely attack as long as the prowess player is not playing creatures. But
well, yeah, speak of the devil.
Commentator's Curse, here's a creature.
Speak of the devil, and swiftly she appears.
So if Darren just draws creativity, though, the game's kind of over too.
Yeah, I mean, he has enough to creativity for 4 or for 3, and there are 3 Archons left in his deck, it looks like.
So
it's just gonna
get a few Archons.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna have those ETB triggers, but I doubt your opponent's gonna have 3 Path to Exiles.
Or just be able to beat 3 6s that fly.
Yeah, and you still get the
6.
Yeah, and you still get the attack trigger.
Right. As if that wasn't not enough. We're fairly decent spot here.
Yeah, and you've got 2 crabs in the way, walling this up. Although, if your opponent finds 2 more lands, they did just buy a Gigantha not that long ago. It looks like so.
Yeah,
they will be able to get in there with a big Jeggy. So
Jeggy G.
Yeah. Although not finding lands seems to be an issue that V is having maybe here.
A little strange in the mostly one drop deck. I think 3 lands.
Yeah, I mean 3 lands is
Good
like
enough,
kind
but-
of where you want to end.
Yeah.
But now that we're into kind of the later game, probably wanting to find those more lands for that Gigantha, I think is
I think we'll have a little bit of time as long as the creativity player does not draw creativity.
okay. Um, yeah, I mean just creativity, just making some more dwarves. Trying to
Yeah, I mean the 1/1s are kind of getting stonewalled by the 1/2s at this point.
yeah.
But the 0/3 crabs, here's creativity.
Go creativity on a treasure and a crab.
See if he has double removal spell.
No response from burn.
Here comes a couple 6/6s.
I mean, on the bright side, it doesn't kill you immediately.
This is true. The Torpor Orb is doing something.
Yeah, we'd be at 2 right now.
I'm kind of surprised they went with Torpor Orb over something like Hushbringer. Like that's a creature.
Yeah, it's
The same thing.
like,
Basically.
so
It's a little harder to get rid of Torpor Orb.
yeah, because like if you think about it, your opponents are already bringing in, like, are already wanting to have some amount of creature removal.
Yeah, but then it's a creature they're killing that's not relevant.
That's fair. It also does have the synergy, the added synergy of hard stopping Yawgmoth combo.
Right.
Um,
It's also got lifelink for the mirror,
yeah, I don't know. I think it just eats a bolt in the mirror.
and it's a bolt that's not going to face. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean that's probably about how much damage it was preventing. Anyway.
Yeah,
It was
that's
it was
true. I
gaining
mean, if it
anyway.
gains 1 life, that's better than the Swift Spear sometimes, I guess.
Sure. I don't know. I'm sure they have some reasoning behind it. Damage-based board clears also for a period. They might not have
It's also-
their deck in a minute.
It's a prowess trigger too,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
something,
It is.
but, like-
It is. Torpor Orb is a prowess.
so you
trigger,
could like
yeah.
turn 1 a prowess creature, turn 2.
Torpor Orb and hit for 2. Yeah.
That might be better.
Just for that. Yeah.
This is Underworld Breach.
Is that Underworld Breach?
I believe so.
That looks like Underworld. There's no way that's Underworld Breach.
I'm pretty sure
It's
it
Underworld
is.
Breach?
Yep.
Oh my god, that's Underworld Breach.
Yep.
Gonna path one of the
Okay.
big
That gets
the
1.
big boys. But that
That gets
path
1
does-
prowess trigger.
that
I think we have a
does
ball.
not leave the graveyard.
Yeah, that is correct. That is why you can just keep casting baubles.
Yeah. We're gonna get
I mean,
that fixed real quick.
do they have another white
They don't
source
have
in
another
hand?
hand right now, but like it should.
It would have
in the
to.
event they have another Underworld Breach, it should
Right,
still be
right.
in the graveyard regardless.
Oh, okay. All right. We have the path back in the graveyard.
Yep. We got it. I don't think it'll matter. We need to see another
probably will
breach.
not. I think this
Coming out.
should be game as they are at 5. So
Yeah, and they're still there staring down a 6.
yeah, a flyer nonetheless.
Yes.
Not to mention the 0/3 crab. Can't forget about the boy. I'll do that too.
Another bauble. Getting some more prowess triggers here. Though these still just get stonewalled by the creatures on board. That is how a lack of trample.
Is there any draw these baubles could get?
Uh,
Oh, it looks like
there's no way the deck runs.
It's like Graph Digger's Cage is in hand for the prowess player, and that's a little
rough.
unfortunate.
Yeah. There's no way there's a solitude in the deck, right?
I don't think so. That's like the only card. It would have to be Solitude White card. It'd be the only way to get out of
Yeah,
that.
because it looks like it is 2 cards in hand, and neither of them are white cards right now. So
I don't even know. Did we pass the turn or?
I think we're still thinking on if we want to just concede the game.
Well, there are a few prowess triggers. I guess there might be a lava dart in the graveyard. And
Yeah.
if we can somehow get both creatures to 5 power,
But then just one of them has to be blocked. We're
and
still.
then we still have the crab.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way out of this.
Yeah. Like we have to be able to get our opponent to give up their Archon for us to not lose.
Right.
So.
And then even then, I still don't think it's a great position.
No, I think we're still up a tree. Oh, there's 2 lava.
There's 2 lava. Okay, so that's 5 prowess triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
6 prowess triggers.
So if we can get rid of the O3,
We can hit our opponent for.
do we have any mana left?
Well, our opponent's at 9.
And here's another prowess trigger.
Yeah,
That's
we're
7 prowess triggers. 1 prowess trigger away.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough cards in the graveyard though.
No, it looks like there might only be 2. And you still have to get through the crab somehow.
Well, not if both creatures are lethal.
We can block with both. We're gonna buy ourselves a turn.
Oh, we have fatal push though.
Oh,
It just didn't matter.
yep, just never mattered. Because the Archon can still block.
Right, but then the Archon's gone.
Yes, this is true.
So
Yeah. We are creating that situation. And the yeah. So we
just block with the
Creativity,
crab.
yeah,
Throw the
put
crab
the
under the
crab under
bus.
Yep. And there it goes.
I mean, if the torpor orbs, I guess. I mean, they would be dead if the torpor orbs didn't exist because of the quad Archon that's happened, right?
Yes.
So I guess the torpor orbs were necessary to getting to this point.
It's only been triple Archon.
It's only been triple Archon.
It's only been
so
triple Archon.
I think we'd still be dead though.
Yeah. I
Just
do,
off of ETB triggers alone.
yes. I mean the orbs definitely did do.
I think this might have just come down to just drawing the second orb. Like, I don't think we need both orbs in play ever.
There was that Prismari connect that would have
gotten one.
That would have destroyed an orb. We would be at
Wow,
1.
it
dealt 2 to our face.
okay.
We would be alive
Okay,
at 1.
sure.
Assuming that the treasure mode was still chosen because
Right.
I think that creativity might have gone shock because the life total at the time might have gone because it was dropping from 11 to 9.
Yeah.
Might have gone shock destroy if there was only 1 orb in play.
Sure.
So I think we probably would have seen the probably would have died to that double Archon.
Okay.
Actually,
So torpor orb doing something here, but not quite enough. I do believe that was a concession, and we did see the Archon come in and attack for 6. So
9 technically.
9. Oh, it does. It does still trigger. Yeah. That's fair. So I think there's only a few minutes left in the round. We're gonna go update the stream for next round, so it looks a little bit cleaner for the viewers at home. We're gonna take a few minutes to do that, and we'll see you guys back for round number 2. All right, we're back here for round number 2. We have a slightly upgraded janky setup. We have player names as well as a round clock going on here, and we still have life totals around. One thing we do not have is visible deck choices, but we do know Reed is on 4-color control with 80 cards in the Yorion companion you see. On the left side is Field, and Will is on Red, White, Burn. Pretty favorable matchup here for Burn, I'd have to say. It's actually somewhere between 70-30. It's not unwinnable from 4-color side of thing. They just need a lot of things to go right for him and a few things to go wrong for the Burn player. But I don't think we've seen a die roll yet either. That is a pretty big determinant of whoever wins a die roll. And Will rolls Snake Eyes. So I think there's a solid chance. Yep, okay. Reed does get to be on the play. So 4-color.
They might have picked low roll. You don't know.
I would imagine they did not, but you're right. You're right. All right, our channel point predictions are in with an astounding 8,000 to 0 odds right now. Good chance to make some money if you bet on Reed. This is your one and only time to do so now. I think we have about 5 minutes, so I guess you have a few moments to make a prediction here.
I think you're.
Oh, it looks like we've been matched. 8,000 to 8,000. Total of almost 16,000 points in the prize pool. That 1.2 times multiplier with our current betting.
I jumped 62 points.
Something. All right.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right, so it's like Will was on the play. We are just fetching here for Reed. I believe after the trigger of the Goblin Guide, so we know if there was a land on top or not.
Did he get the land? I didn't see.
I was looking away for a second, but I would imagine if Reed would allow the trigger to happen, see the top card, and then shuffle. That's what I would imagine would happen.
Yeah.
But
He shuffling probably didn't get the land. Probably saw a card he didn't like.
Right. Or he got a land and he's fetching now because at that point it doesn't matter what you fetch.
Yeah, it does look like he's here to take his damage. So
Yep. Yeah, the hard part for 4-color in this matchup is they are trying to fetch basically every turn. So 1 damage a turn does add up against the burn deck.
yeah, after turn 3, that's already one whole fewer lightning bolt they had to have in their hand.
Exactly, yeah. And we're already on turn 2. Will has second land and a white source. Going straight to combat.
Ending. All right. Oh, but looks like Reed opting to fetch that away. Not wanting his catch-all answer here. Oh,
He just grabs basic force. Does he have March here?
I wouldn't be surprised if this is an Ice Fang Quaddle just to block 2.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
it's-
That's something.
Right now, your opponent has presented 0 prowess creatures,
Yep.
so I wouldn't be expecting. Yeah, and there it is.
Here's the snack.
Yeah, and so I wouldn't be expecting much in the way of in the way of it doing stuff that should not have happened. That death touch, that snake does not have death touch.
It does not. We will go get that corrected. Oh, we see it. We see it.
Okay, cool.
Our players have identified the error, and Goblin Guide does get to live. It shouldn't, but it does.
does get to fight another day.
Another day.
I don't know. I think Will thinks it should get to live another day.
Was that a bauble?
Yeah, Reed's on some stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. 4-color with bauble. Mishra's bauble.
Yeah,
A 0-mana artifact in an 80-card deck.
I forget what I saw.
Are we playing DRCs?
I don't remember. I forget what I saw.
It's an artifact for main deck Emrakul.
Yeah.
I think you want engineered explosives instead.
Yeah. So
It would be good here.
I forget what exactly.
It'd
I
be
saw.
really good here.
But earlier, Reed was playtesting it against one of our other players, Kai, and saw some weird. Reed cast to traverse the Uvenwald.
Okay.
So
is he aware Aldamri's Call exists?
I thought he was.
I'm shocked.
But he's decided he wants to have 1 mana sorcery speed sometimes Eladon Skull.
I guess so. All right.
Because the other mode on that is fetch a basic, right? It's
right.
not just any land.
No, it's just a basic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card's not. If it's not demonic tutor for a creature, it's not good.
It's not amazing. It's something, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. So I saw he was on that, and I was like, okay, that's a decision. I just
Some decision was made. I mean, maybe we'll see Emrakul cast here. I doubt it, but
I mean, I know
it gets
that
it cheaper. It gets it a lot cheaper. So
yeah, Emrakul is how he ended the game against his opponent last round in Nika.
sure. Yeah, I mean, we did see that happen off camera, of course, but Reed going down to 6 here, and then 4 after the attack. It is Morbid time. Always Morbid time. So Solitude in hand for Richie. Did he not have a white card in the last?
Looked like he didn't. I think he just now picked up the Solitude off the or the white card for the Solitude in the Omnath. And then also looked like maybe a Prismatic ending there as well. He's just gonna run the Omnath out there.
He's also playing basic Mountain too.
Interesting.
We're trying a lot of things here. He's dead to Boros Trummer, double bolt. He's not dead to double creature.
Dead to Skullcrack.
He's dead to double bolt though.
Yeah, here's one bolt.
Looks like Will is reaching for another card here.
Oh, looks like Reed.
He might go Solitude. He's gonna Solitude his own Omnath. Guaranteed.
Before it goes off, yes,
Guaranteed.
he can still gain his 4 life and not die. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solitude his own Omnath.
Yeah.
Will's okay with that.
Yeah.
It sets him back pretty far. Reed basically just has to have another Omnath here to have any chance of winning this game.
Yep. And it only gains him 1 life ultimately. And then there's the Goblin Guide coming in.
Sending him down to 3. Do we have a bolt to finish him off?
Yeah, we do. There it is.
Yeah, Burden is pretty correct in this matchup, as we see Will being on the draw for game 1 and still being able to get there pretty easily. And not a hard matchup at all.
I don't expect it to. Wouldn't expect it to be. The deck that runs all these fetch lands and shock lands is gonna either have to play off tempo or just hurt itself a lot.
If they get to Omnath, you do kind of just win the game.
Well, you have to get to Omnath plus fetch.
So turn 5.
Yes.
Yeah. Or turn 5. Reach is on Magavan, so he could get it.
I was also early as turn 3. And
have fetch.
And have fetch, yeah.
On turn 3.
Yeah.
If also Magavan goes unchecked, unblocked,
yes.
he actually sees all of these cards and has a fetch land, then Reed can probably win the game on turn 3.
Yeah. Reed's doing some weird stuff. He might even be on Growth Spiral. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean,
wouldn't put it past.
I would hope he's on like Core Firewalker or something in the sideboard, some way to hit up.
Well, I'm saying Growth Spiral in the main to like accelerate.
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I was unclear. Yes, Reed's doing weird stuff. He might even be on Growth Spiral.
That's fair.
Accelerate up to that Omnath.
Yeah,
who knows?
Curious what he has in his sideboard though. It seems like 7 cards that are coming in. So
yeah,
might be anticipating the burn matchup a little bit.
I mean, we have had several burn players of late.
Yep,
much to my chagrin.
Yeah, this is true. I do believe Will is the only burn player here out of our 18 players.
We literally just had burn on last round.
Well, that's prowess.
Oh, are they on prowess?
Prowess is a lot different than burn in this matchup, I think. Because prowess is more creature oriented.
That's fair.
And like the times that 4-color can actually beat burn are when they're on like a creature heavy start. Because all their cards say kill a creature. And they don't stop burn spells. If you throw burn spells every turn, they probably die.
This is true. That was in fact prowess. I mislabeled it. Burn seems good in this matchup. Yep. Burn generally does tend to do the thing against 4C control.
Yeah, I mean, even on the draw, as we saw, Will gets to be, or has to be on the draw again, but I don't think that's really a downside.
I think you just want to be playing the matchup.
Right, yeah, no, if you're in Will's spot, you definitely just want this matchup.
Like, if a burn player got to pick all their matchups, I think they would probably go...
Oh, if you could have a 9-round tournament of 9 rounds
of 4-color, yeah.
You might lose 1 round to variance, but like, it is really...
As long as it's not in the top 8, who cares?
Right, yeah, I mean, that's fine.
I would definitely play burn in every major event forever if it meant to.
If that was the case, yeah.
See forever,
God,
yeah, like that heavy of a matchup in my favor, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, people are always talking about how powerful the 4-color deck is, but it really does just lose to basic decks like Tron and Burn. Those are not very good matchups at all. Like,
they still need to ban Ren 6 though.
They probably should, but like, Ren 6 doesn't even help with this matchup.
No,
it does help against Tron though.
Oh, okay.
Because you get to
Going back to
Besage
Beseiju,
every
yeah,
turn.
yeah.
That's you still need to see 2 specific cards that you can't fetch for in your 80 card deck.
Yes.
So I mean, it's not likely, but like I've done it to people. It happens.
Yeah.
We have Unholy Heat. We're only going to take 1 this turn off of fetching a mountain. And another Wooded Foothills. Do we see Ren?
Yeah, maybe Green Source Ren.
Star is saying 18 life points. I believe that is correct.
Yeah. Only 2 fetches. Looks like Reed heated the Swift Spear before it got its damage in.
Green for abundant growth. Okay.
Okay.
I think we see Solitude.
There's also a Stomping Ground over there.
Okay.
I don't know what else I see. Keeps flicking his cards a little too quick. Oh, another Heat.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think that was in the opening hand. We saw at least 1, so we might have drawn another one. There's
Another Swift Spear.
Number 2.
And a Spike.
And we're just going to Unholy Heat in response.
Otherwise, it would be too big.
Trigger, yeah.
Otherwise, it would be too big.
Reed only taking 3 here. Off to a better start than last game, I gotta say. He's developing a little more of his board. And only at 15.
Well, there's no Goblin Guide this time, not giving him any lands.
Yep. Yep. Looks like he picked up another Wooded Foothills.
I mean, I think I would rather put that in play over the Stomping Ground, if I'm being honest.
You take 1, but Stomping Ground comes into tapped. It doesn't take any damage, but you don't get other colors.
Yeah, I think I want to have the well. I guess I don't know what's in Reed's hand right now. If I'm gonna buy Yorion, I think I want to play the Wooded Foothills and just go get a basic. Looks like we're gonna do that.
Traverse the Walds.
Apparently, he wasn't able to find real traverses.
That's understandable. I mean, it's an obscure card. I think he mentioned something about having for the mail or something like that.
There's a Plains, probably getting some Ephemerate mana online.
Sure, with the Solitude we know about. That might be a decent way to block and also kill a creature.
Or just kill 3 creatures.
Yeah. The Roiling Vortex, though, gonna see if Reed has...
I also hate that card.
Yeah. See if Reed has Ending or March here. So Omnath was the pickup.
Yeah. Big Bombnath. I think if I'm Reed, I definitely want to try to hold that fetch land now. Maybe we make it to turn 5. Although our opponent definitely has gonna just hold up this 1 mana forever on this.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to get through that. I think we do just need to answer the Vortex to actually win this game.
Yeah.
Omnath on itself without gaining a life doesn't really end the game too fast.
No. Shocking for a breeding pool, it looks like.
I guess we have double white with the abundant growth. We might just slam Omnath here.
Yeah.
And draw a card.
I mean, having that consistent source of life gain in play does mean that you're gonna tax the burn player's mana every turn.
Right. It does make them any draw they have that's a land. It does get a little bit better though because of that fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay. Not only is that going to end the game quickly, but that's pretty hard to play through.
Yeah. I mean, if Reed,
I mean,
you have to be able to remove both of them.
Well, Reed has Solitude, and he can just hardcast that.
Probably not leaving the fetch because of the Roiling Vortex, especially with the second one coming out here. I think Reed made the right play by not trying to hold that. You're never gonna see the you're pretty much never gonna get the Omnath trigger to actually do anything. Especially with now that your opponent has that second Roiling Vortex, you're never gaining life off this Omnath. I think you're just gonna die.
Something like Engineered Explosives. I would okay. So Beseiju was the pickup off the Goblin Guide, and we have a blocker for it. And this is 7 damage a turn. I mean, Reed might be able to overpower.
Yeah. And he can Beseiju one of those,
Vortexes take a little bit less
and
damage.
it only costs 1 because he has Omnath.
Does have a
in play.
legendary creature. Let's see if he notices that.
He-
It's not as easy on Moto where it'll do it for you, but it's
Yeah.
something you would have to recognize on your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks
he
like he
does
does.
see it.
Awesome.
Okay.
So it's gonna slow the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah. Instead of this being a 4.5 turn clock, it's back to a 9 turn clock. And if we can find an answer to that other one,
And Will only has like 2 cards in hand. I think 2 exactly. There might be a third heading out there, but if we go 7,
he's effectively got a third card in hand. Anyway, because he's got that Sun-Baked Canyon and a
sure,
lot of
yeah,
untapped
many
mana there.
mana now.
Yeah.
That would remove his white sources though, or does he have a? No, he has a Vantage.
He has an Yeah, and it looks like Will's actually taking that draw here in the end step.
Maybe trying to pick up a skull crack or something.
Yeah.
Looks like there's Solitude.
Yeah, another Solitude.
We can't really pitch cast for them though.
No, it's gonna hit us for 5.
He is going to pay for the red, come across for 7, down to 5.
You need to pay for the Will pay for the
Oh, pay for the roiling vortex.
The vortex to stop the Omnath. Yeah, now Will's has to remove both of these creatures to his own voice.
Basically, he has to deal 7 damage here.
Yeah.
And Reed has mana.
I mean, if any deck can do it,
Solitude. Right. I mean, this is
not 4 cards even.
Yeah, no, it is not hard.
Yeah, and like you said, Reed does have the mana for Solitude, so could definitely see.
As long as he hardcasts it. If he somehow forgets that Roiling Vortex has text.
What is that?
That is Eidolon of the Great Revel, and we're gonna hardcast Solitude in response.
In response? I think this might be in the end step.
Well, then we would have seen 2 life be taken away. But if we cast it in response,
Solitude isn't gonna.
Oh, it's not gonna trigger it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was after it resolved.
Yeah, that's why I was
like, gonna get a little bit of life.
It is 3 or less. Solitude's a 5 drop.
I just forget. Yeah, so many cards trigger Eidolon out of the 4-color deck.
Yeah, and if Reed is heads up here, he can attack with the Solitude to try to gain life,
and then play a land,
to gain. Yeah. It looks like he might not be. He's about to play that.
No,
land.
I think that was. He did mess it again, but he had a chance because they were correcting the 1 damage from upkeep. But Reed's just gonna come across for 10.
Yeah,
and that might be enough unless we see Path.
Yeah, because you have to remove all these. You have to remove all these creatures.
Wow. Okay, Reed's gonna get it with natural combat damage, gaining almost 0 life, if not actually 0 life.
I think he literally gained 0 life that game.
So Will kind of got punished by having 2 of the Roiling Vortexes and not like just another burn spell.
I mean, you're not gonna mulligan that away, and he might have drawn the second one.
That's fair too.
And like, sometimes you put your opponent in a situation where they're like, "Oh, I don't have the mana to cast the Solitude without pitch casting it, and it takes 10. I could live if only I could pitch cast this Solitude."
Yeah, I think,
but I'm gonna take 10.
I think now the hard part though for 4-color is like you have to win a game on the draw.
Yeah. Like another thing that's not to be forgotten is sometimes your opponent will forget that Ephemerate is unpaid for.
Sure.
And Roiling Vortex will just bonk.
That is 5 damage. Yeah. You can choose to not cast it though, or leave it in exile. So it's not
and
end all be all.
And if your opponent has a Thalia in play, it does not trigger Roiling Vortex.
Yeah, because you get to pay 1.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, had that come up in a game, my opponent was like, "Take 10," and I'm like, "I paid 1 for Thalia. Excuse you."
Nice.
And they were like, "Oh no, I have lost the game." I was like, "Yes, you have."
Solid.
You love getting it in on burn. It's great.
Game just stepped away for a second. Looks like we our players have resolved their mulligans, or maybe are resolving their mulligans. Yeah, it looks like Reed's resolving his mull to 6 here. Just a sec. All right. So Reed mulled the 6. It looks like we've had no action out of either player so far. That's wild.
Wild to see out of burn.
Looks like Reed did bobble his opponent.
Sure. Now we
Or maybe himself, possibly. There's a
Maybe.
skull crack.
That's kind of scary to see this early. It means Will probably has either another one or something like a vortex,
Yeah.
or that's just all that he's got. Lava spike. Skewer the Craigs down to 10.
Maybe that was it. All of his burn spells were at
We're
at
down
2.
to 7. Okay.
Jeez, double skewer.
This is just, I don't know how 4-color wins from here. Will still has 2 cards in hand. We'll draw to a third.
That's 3 lightning bolts. That's just dead.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
he really has to not Brinker. Will, you're Brinker.
Yep.
Will just has to brick on one of these draws. One of the cards in his hand has to be not a bolt.
I think he needs to brick on 2 draws, really.
Well, here's Wooded Foothills. That's not a bolt.
Searing
Might as
Blaze.
well be a bolt.
Yeah.
Reed does not have double blue, so there's no counter spell here.
Players probably discussing whether or not the if Reed removes his own.
Oh, will it get rid of
Coatl,
it?
yeah.
There are in fact 2 targets.
Yep.
So if one of them is removed, the other will still resolve.
Yep.
All right, Reed's at 4. Has another co-op.
All right. So hear me out. Do you play around your opponent having the second Searing Blaze and just not run out?
Reed's on more than one bauble. He just drew another bauble.
It's on more than- Mono red 5-color versus Grixis Absinthe. I think the Emperor would win.
Okay, Temple Garden. We have Omnith in hand. I think if Reed gets another turn, there's a chance. Will has 1 card in hand. It could be a mountain. The top of his deck could also be a mountain.
Oh, or other lands.
Nope, just mountain.
Just mountain. We're not giving him the credit of maybe Sacred Foundry or Wooded Foothills or
Nope.
nope, just mountain or mountain equivalent.
Yes, mountain equivalent.
Mountain or mountain equivalent. Looks like it may have been just a mountain or a mountain
Passed.
equivalent.
Here's endurance.
Or maybe we're
Targeting
no one. Yeah, I don't think you target out of
That's a valid option.
Yeah.
Draw fetch land.
Another bauble. We're gonna get to another slow draw. See, man, I don't know. You could have just drawn a good card.
I don't understand.
You could have drawn a card that
Bubble's so
does.
terrible this match.
You
You
could've-
could Eidolon too. You're already weak to Eidolon. Oh,
Oh, okay.
are we gaining 4 life? We gained 4 life.
For life, I think.
We're up to 8. I think this game is over.
Yeah.
Here's an attack for. Oh, that's a greedy attack for 4. I think 3 is fine.
I might just go for 1. I think no,
the
you gotta
math,
get
the
dead.
math is better for 3.
Yeah, you gotta
This
get
math,
dead at some point. Yeah, because it's 6
he might
attacks.
just be attacking with everything. I mean, he has a fetch too. I think I would have cracked on his upkeep before he drew a skull crack.
Yeah. Okay, but he had 4. Like, he obviously doesn't have Skullcrack in his hand, so you're playing to be
guess.
literally the top of his
okay,
deck.
Sure.
And I think he's only on Burns only on. Are they on 4 that card? I think
I think it depends on the list, but there's usually 3, at least 3.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like obviously there are definitely worlds where you get punished by it.
Yeah.
But like Reed's currently living in a world where that didn't happen.
Reed
so,
already has to high roll his opponent, and
Yeah.
he's made it this far, and I think he's fine.
yeah.
Sitting at 11 opponent with 2 cards in hand and a vortex, I think you can win this game.
Yeah.
He's got a 2-turn clock right now. Here's another fetch.
Yep.
We could play a fetch, gain 4 life, crack a
Is
fetch.
that an ending in his hand? You can just ending the vortex. You just don't even care anymore.
It looks like that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
I think we
power
could just
gaming.
play Yorion, attack with everything, draw 2 cards, still have blockers,
Yeah,
and then we're at 13. I don't think there's any draw that can kill you from there.
purchased your missed the Omnath trigger. Oh, we'll pay it on the way out.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Sure,
There's the tap land over there. We'll pay it on the way out.
Yeah, looks like we are just gonna go to 9. There is a world where 9.
13 hits for 8, so he's at 5.
Well, if Reed fetches here, he goes to 9. I don't think he
yes.
can.
Upkeep goes for it in the upkeep.
He didn't have. All right,
No,
looks like
we're showing him
Will
Bolt
said-
in hand,
yeah.
yeah. Or maybe Bolt one
I
other
think
thing.
I
Yeah.
think Bolt not.
Wow.
So it looks like Reed's taking this game or
Alright.
taking this match.
Oh.
Reed fulfilling the 4-color destiny of beating Burn. All right, Reed pulling one out for all the 4-color homies, getting the dub against Burn, and a good pilot on Burn nonetheless.
Yeah, Will's
Uh,
no slouch. He's top-aided things.
He
I
has.
don't know about with this deck, but he's top-aided things.
Yeah, I mean he's top-aided and won events with more complicated decks than Burn, so I think saying he is capable of playing Burn is easy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he's brought in Path, brought in Roiling Vortex, took out Rift Bolts and a Lightning Helix.
We've got almost 23 minutes left in the round. Do we want to see if we can find another match?
We sure can. Yeah.
We'll run out there.
All right.
So we've got another match starting on camera, or not starting, finishing up here on camera for you guys. It's Darren. Darren is back here on his Grixis Creativity deck, and Garrett, I guess. Oh yeah, that's on there correctly. James put it on there, so of course it's correct. Is on Titan. They're going into game 3, so we're all tied up 1-1. So I got a prediction if you guys want to fire a prediction on that. We also have our winner from our last match, Reed, back here to explain to us what the fuck is going on with those baubles in your deck.
Oh yeah, it's a money pile that's playing Traverse the Evenwald and a set of Unholy Heat and an Emrakul main board. It's there to
Emrakul is main board?
the Emrakul's busted.
Wild!
This game, the deck's plan is to queue into or pair up against the Mirror and Hosey.
Okay.
One the first
Yeah.
year and two.
That's, I mean,
And
yeah, man. That's definitely a way to do it.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah. This man's he's 4 Unholy Heat, 4 Traverse, and an Emrakul in the main deck. You were right.
Dude, four color Delirium Tribal.
yeah, it's busted.
That sounds terrible, but it beat Burn, so.
It did.
Oh, James is also wondering,
Probably.
are you unaware that Eladomri's call is legal in Modern?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are unaware that Eldemri's calls legal.
It's legal. Yeah.
You knew this.
Okay.
I like
And you
Hey, you
willingly put in Traverse.
Reverse the Evenwald instead.
I like it. It's cool.
It's a neat card, yeah.
Yeah. You
Sure.
yeah.
I see the downside.
Well, I think
Lay of the-
part
lay of
time
the
you're
land
talking
with-
to our player.
Lay of the Land with a slight upside is it's definitely a neat card. I mean, obviously it's 1U2 matches, so we really can't fault you too much on it.
Yeah.
It's just
like functionally is I don't know. The deck is I feel like regular 4-color is sometimes caught between a tap out control deck and an untap control deck, and that's where E-Call's good, but I'm not playing any counter spell. I'm like just a straight out tap out deck now. And
Okay.
the Lay of the Land sometimes is bad.
all right. I know previously when you and I played, you were on Ragavans. Are you still on the Ragavans or
Nah, I cut
Okay.
the Ragavans and the Magus.
Okay. Okay.
Trying this new pile out.
Alrighty. We were, one of the things James and I were talking about was the you had the theoretical possibility of in your matchup against Burn of being able to turn 3 an Omnath with a fetch land up. So we were like, if he has Ragavan, this is a thing you could maybe do, but I guess not if you're not on Ragavans. So do you have any thoughts about either who you think is going to win in this matchup between we've got here between Darren and Garrett?
Depends a lot on hands right now. I can't really see what's going on there.
Do you know what Darren's on?
Yeah, he's on creativity.
Yeah, Grix is creativity.
Grix is
Yeah.
creativity.
So he has the reanimation.
Oh, he's playing okay.
Yeah, because he's got persist.
Garrett has gotten this Dryad out, and he just binned fingers instead. Archon. It's probably bad.
Yeah.
He reanimates. Garrett probably loses.
I don't know. He's at 20.
He's at 20.
He does lose the Dryad.
He's at 20. He doesn't have an amulet out. He just has Dryad. Like amulet Titan like turn 3 or turn 2 or whatever it is.
So the God Hand kills you on turn 2.
Yeah, God Hand.
Because it's turn 1 amulet, turn 2 second amulet, bounce land, make 4, play Azusa, play 2 bounce lands, making 8 mana.
I don't think it kills.
Yeah, it does because then
okay,
it gives
you
you
can-
because then it's Slayer Stronghold, Boros Garrison, double Slayer Stronghold the Titan, or play Titan, get Slayer Stronghold, Boros Garrison, double Slayer Stronghold the Titan, and then you get you have to use Vesuva to copy Boros Garrison, so you leave the Boros Garrison in play, and you get Sunhome on the attack trigger, and then the Vesuva will make 8 mana. You have both of the Vesuva untapped triggers resolved before the or at any point really. You get your 8 mana, you get your 4 mana, and then you untap. You give the double strike, and if your opponent has no blocks, then also if you have a second Azusa in hand, you can make 2 attacking Titans with double strike.
Yeah.
So
The problem with Garrett is that he doesn't have a clean answer to Archon, at least to my knowledge.
I mean, Valakut is a
Valakut-
clean answer.
Valakut is a somewhat. Might be.
We have to have that Dryad still in play, and
Yeah.
you just just sack that Dryad. So looks like he discard a Cultivator Colossus. It looks like he might have there.
Yeah, it's a Cultivator Colossus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not particularly close to the 6 for Titan. But he's not particularly close to that Cultivator Colossus, so I get that. He's
Hopefully it's another creature.
well, you're not doing anything else here. Although it is it's an attack trigger. So that Titan's just gonna eat it.
Essentially just grabbing like 2 Sagas, and Garrett's just trying to.
Does he know that's what he needs to grab? Does he?
This is Garrett's second time playing this in like a FNM.
Yeah, he said this was one of his
Style.
very first times. So
There's like some with him. There's some like ruling he didn't know as well.
oh yeah, he didn't know the interaction between Colossus and Bounce Lands. He apparently watched some YouTube video, and that person, whoever made that video, is dumb and wrong.
Yeah.
I wish I knew like the name of the person because I would call them out and be like, "You're whoever you are that made this video, you're an idiot." Because the triggers get placed on the stack. It doesn't.
Colossus is
Yeah.
like one continuous thing. And
Yeah,
all
so
the bounce lands hit,
repeat
and then you
this.
pick up your stuff.
Yeah, repeat this process means you don't exit the trigger. There is a way they could word it so it would reset it would re-enter the trigger, and bounce lands would go infinite with Colossus. I don't know off the top of my head what it would be. I think it would probably, I think it would be trigger this again, maybe. Where'd he get?
It's like the Suba. Oh,
Changing his mind. Changing his mind. So we definitely created a very interesting judge ruling there. I had to figure out because he had already actually like looked at his whole deck.
I heard
so it's like, yeah, that was a tough one to figure out. It slightly made more difficult by this being an FNM level because it's like we're at our regular REL, so it's
yeah, because
we have to come up with a fix that isn't just giving him a game loss because we don't want to just give him a game loss for that because it is regular REL at competitive. Yeah, that you just lose the game.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That's why I was like, wow.
I don't know how you're.
Yeah. Yep. That's
I see
seeing
what
enough. That's yeah.
He's getting a thing out there so he can do that. And then he's also getting an Archon in his yard.
What did he do?
He got some mana. He had an extra mana floating, so he was able to play Grazer and put out a Chupacabra.
Did he?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he did.
I mean,
he might have picked up the Crumbling Vestige, maybe.
something.
I don't know. I'm not that concerned
anyways,
about it.
there goes
Can't.
Titan.
Yep.
The play. That was actually probably the way he doesn't lose the game. His Titan lives and he can smack him and then
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I get the other creature out there to the. I'm not sure what you mean by egg. Zamboni.
Is that a
Jack.
yeah?
I think that's just lights.
They missed them.
Yeah, there's the 5 and also the damage from the Archon. He only took the 3. Sounds like talents. So reaching out there to make sure. Oh, looks like our players are catching the damage. Still doesn't look like they hit the mill 5 though. Get that sorted. Oh, and just looks like we got the consent. Garrett's given the concession to down there. So I think we're gonna go to a break. I really don't absolutely know. Looks like we're gonna go to a break here. We don't have enough time to get another match in, so we'll be back as soon as this round's over with round 3 of our FNM modern Monday FNM or modern Monday Night Magic. So NM. Not gonna try to say that again here at Chupacabra Games.
Egg. Oh, looks like your players have finished up.
Yeah, yeah.
Seems like
All right, we are back here for round number 3. We have 2 new players going here, and we have the prediction going up momentarily. Yeah, more Murktide. Well, we had a few weeks of just nothing but Murktide. I believe Eric is on Grixis, judging by the Gigantha companion. And it looks like Cullen is on Brinker's specialty, mono white, in
no,
the
he's
form
on
of Death
Martyr.
and Taxes. Oh, we're on Martyr Proc.
he's on
Okay.
Martyr.
Okay.
I did joke to him partway through round 1 that he should have. I should have lent him my deck.
Yeah, I mean, Martyr Proc got him to 2-0 so far, and I mean, he is playing against a matchup that, is going to win the game by dealing combat damage. All right, looks like we got the prediction going up there now. Looks like it might be a quicker one for only 2 minutes, so make sure to get your channel points in now.
So for any of our viewers who are unfamiliar with Martyr Proc, the deck uses Martyr of Sands, a 1 white 1/1 with the ability pay 1 and pay 1 generic and sacrifice Martyr of Sands to and reveal any number of cards from your hand to gain 3 life per white card revealed this way. And the card Proclamation of Rebirth, or at least they used to, which is one of those old cards from original Ravnica. It's a white card, and it's pay 2, I think. Yeah, there you go. There's a link to Martyr of Sands. It's pay, I think it's 2 and a white. Reveal it from your hand during your upkeep to return a 1-drop from your graveyard to play. They've since upgraded to, I believe the card's Abiding Grace.
Yep.
Yeah. A 2 and a white enchantment that either gains you a life in your end step or reanimates your martyrs.
Yeah, most of the time it's going to be that second ability. It's just going to be, even if it's not Martyr specifically, it's going to be some white creature that you get back every single turn.
And I think this might actually be a card that Eric wants to steal.
Oh my god!
Because
yeah,
unless I'm mistaken, he's on Death Shadow.
right,
And like that's just bananas.
that's value.
Yeah, because when Cullen inevitably 4-for-1s you
Right.
with Solitude
Oh, wait,
on your Death Shadows,
you just get to get them back.
yeah, you get to slowly get them. Well, once they're you're back below 13,
Right.
You get to get them back again.
And for some reason, you could gain life if you needed to.
Couldn't imagine wanting to do that, but
You could be facing down 4 Squadron Hawks and be at 3.
I know that Cullen and I have had a conversation about his deck before. His way to win, or his plan to win the game is Sarah Ascendance, a
Okay,
1 mana
okay.
1/1 with lifelink.
Yep.
That if you're at 25 or more life, gets +5/+5 and flying.
It beats quickly.
It do the murder when you're
Yeah.
when you're a deck that likes to put itself pretty low. So I'm wondering if Eric's gonna decide to cast this Abiding Grace.
He's
here.
thinking about it. He has the mana for it. More than
Yeah.
enough mana this turn.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 treasures even here.
He might even just play a Ledger Shredder, then do that. And not be able to hold up interaction, but he would get a Connive trigger.
Yeah, I don't honestly like choosing either one. I don't hate. One thing to note about Abiding Grace, it does target for its second mode. So if you don't have any creatures in the yard, you will have to gain life.
Do you know it? What land? So if we figure out what land was played first, we could decipher what the Cavern of Souls is named. I would imagine it's something along the lines of human. If not human, it could be cleric. There might be a few overlapping clerics, but I would imagine human gets most, if not all, of Cullen's creatures, which white creatures tend to be humans for the most part. But there's a fair amount of life gain synergy in this deck, so typically done by humans and also clerics. And looks like Eric is still taking a nice long think about whether or not he wants this Abiding Grace, or just the way his turn plays out in general.
So the question was actually from our feature match that I just ran out to answer. And Eric was literally wondering the thing that I was just talking about. He was asking if he didn't have a creature in his graveyard to target, if he was required to choose the gain life.
Oh, understandable.
Yeah, I told him that you do in fact. If you don't have targets for
Must
the
have
mode,
target,
you are required to choose the other one.
Yep.
Or actually, I specifically said if you don't have targets, you can't choose that mode.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
That is a good way to say it. All right, we have backup a Biting Grace.
I mean,
That's kind of disgusting against a Thoughtseize deck.
yeah. Oh, and that's a Kami of False Hope.
I'm glad you knew that one.
It's Spore Frog.
Oh wow!
It's just
so
a fog
the
frog.
combo has been assembled.
He just gets to fog every turn. Yeah, Kami of False Hope. KMKI. Yeah. Yeah, and Eric even reading the card.
Wow, it is literally just white Spore Frog.
Yeah.
Printed after Spore Frog, so we can use that.
Yeah. Well, Spore Frog's also legal now. It got printed in one of the modern
It
versions.
is, yeah. First one, I believe, yeah.
Yeah. So
Play the Prophecy Common.
yeah.
Outside of Pauper.
Yeah.
And Commander. I guess Commander is a thing.
Yeah, that card was like $12 because of Commander.
Right, I know the foils were outrageous.
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah.
Many dollars.
Yeah.
Many dollars.
And on top
I mean, I
of it
think they're
being
still
just a frog, I would imagine so.
I think they're probably still pretty up
I'm
there.
curious.
Like the prophecy foils in particular probably didn't see like any movement.
Maybe a little bit at first, just people were selling them, but there's a Gromp one now too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the regulars are 15 cents for Fog Frog. Okay, I mean
Honestly, if you're looking for an MP for an MP foil, even LP, they're only about $40.
yeah, that's not too bad. I think they might have been like 50s or 60s at one point.
I thought they were close to 100, honestly.
And they may well have been. I don't know. If we were to, there's a website.
Like if you go far back enough, I would believe it.
Yeah,
Especially before the other foil printing existed.
yeah, there is a website we can go to. MTGstocks.com.
Ah, yes.
And we can.
Oh, so I suppose we should probably update the board state a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks like Kroxa has been escaped and is sticking around on the battlefield this turn. Desho is going to come in and Kami will be sacrificed. How does Eric actually beat this?
Kroxa.
Just you attack trigger Kroxa?
Yep.
Is that's good enough, I guess.
Yeah, you just and hope that your opponent never gets in a situation where he has 2 Abiding Graces and a murder.
Or just a
'Cause-
way to kill Kroxa?
Yeah, or a way to kill Kroxa. But like
The more
2
likely
Abiding.
scenario.
Yeah,
He has Skyclave right now. He's going to cast it.
yeah.
This is an answer to Kroxa. This is... Wow, okay. So Eric is probably on more than one copy of Kroxa.
I would assume he's on 2.
2 seems to be a standard option.
Yeah. What was that?
Kami of
Oh,
the...
No. I was gonna
the
look up
Spore Frog.
Sport Frog. Yeah, because I was gonna see the
Frog.
frog.
Let me get them.
Oh yeah, dark mode looks better. So it looks like back when it was at its most expensive. So let me narrow it in. It looks like it's only showing me regular items. I want to see foils.
Oh, I believe it's a different line, I think.
yeah, its line's just not on here.
It's just white.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
hanging out at like $40.
Sure. That's pretty ridiculous for a common, so...
I mean, yeah, that is still wild.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 times multiplier, although it's still holding that that pretty strong ultimate multiplier. Did Cullen choose Ragavan there instead of Kroxa?
I believe
Huh.
so.
Interesting.
He's now just going to die to this Kroxa,
Yeah,
even if he has Spore Frog combo assembled.
yeah, that's interesting. Because you're gonna blank the Ragavan every turn. Because Eric doesn't have main deck graveyard,
Right.
so there's
Or a way to deal with Biting Grace itself.
yeah.
Outside
So,
of like
this is gonna hang out forever.
outside of like a Brazen Borrower,
Yeah,
I think that's not out of the realm of possibility. But then you could just keep the creature in
no,
play.
Eric can't be playing Brazen Borrower. He's
Oh,
playing
sure,
Giganta.
he's playing Giganta, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so that's interesting because the Ragavan will never trigger. The Ragavan will never trigger if you just keep sacking the Kami. You can even block the Ragavan with the Kami and then sack it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Interesting decisions.
We got the sand chant going in the chat. I'm not positive what that means, but
I think they're chanting for the murder. of sands.
I suppose so. The multiple sands.
You do
They
get
come in
3
pairs,
life.
yeah,
You get
yeah.
3 life.
Wow, we're at the perfect amount.
Yeah.
3 life per card, but I mean, there's no cards in Colin's hand.
I believe there's 1 card in Colin's.
Oh, for the card that he drew for turn.
Yes. Well, for a second there, it looked like he had 2. He might have cracked a clue.
Okay.
I think he's playing land. Played a land there. I think that's a Mistvale Plains. It's a really bad land. That's not a Mistvale. There's no way that's.
That is a Flagstones
It's Flagstones.
of short care.
And he goes to end step, opting to not get the Kami back.
I think he's dead this turn. If Eric has 2 removal spells, unless this last card is Path to Exile, maybe that's
Thoughtseize.
Well, we're gonna find out now.
It's a Ghost Quarter?
Okay. Eric shocks himself.
Just like fading your opponent's. That's a really weird decision. Why would you not get the Kami back? Also, why did you not eat the Croaks?
That's a lot of questions we're probably gonna ask Cullen here after this match.
Yeah. Because I think he's favored, honestly, in this match.
In this specific scenario too.
Yeah.
I don't know how he would lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Pitching a Martyr to the Croxa so he doesn't take the 3. I like that because Eric can definitely pull some tricks here. He has 2 fetch lands in play. That represents going down to 3 life. That represents lethal on its own. He's just dead.
I think
We know the card in hand's
yeah.
We know the card in hand. We know he's just dead.
Eric's just making sure that he has this lined up.
Yeah, crossing his I's and dotting his T's.
Yeah, really getting lucky here that Cullen just decided to take a more adventurous route than what we had predicted.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Croxa trigger just like slipped his mind. Yeah. Eric pushing that Death Shadow to being a 10/10. That is exact.
Yep. All right, we got him. I think Eric found a way to steal that game 1.
I think Cullen threw that game 1 away.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Eric definitely capitalized though. I mean, it's
Yes. I mean, against a player of Eric's caliber on his pet deck,
oh yeah,
mistakes like that are always going to get punished.
this is true. Taking advantage of every opening that is allowed. You know, I have been noticing that a little bit. It does look. I might need to just wipe it off really quick here, but yeah. I mean, we did change hardware today. I don't think that would really impact how it would look.
It might have just not like autofocused properly. Who knows? We were a bit rushed in setting up the stream today, unfortunately.
But we got it up and running, and
Yeah.
we're still here to show all of y'all.
So it's
So what do you think? What do you think Cullen's gonna be bringing in here?
I'm trying to remember what I've seen in his. I'm trying to remember what I've seen. Well, there's a lot of things he could be bringing in.
For sure.
I know I want him to bring in Mirror Crusaders. I don't think he's playing Mirror Crusaders.
It seems.
Although actually he might be. I know Martyr Proc did sideboard Mirror Crusaders at one point. But like realistically, I would expect to see Sanctifier and Beck, pro red, pro black, all red and
Sure.
black things go away.
Yeah. Could be playing
Maybe
Auriok champion.
yeah. Cullen built this deck kind of more on a budget, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if Auriok Champion is
It's
inside.
down, but it's still up there.
Yeah, I don't know if Champion is inside of his budget or not. That said, he does have some number of Solitude, I know. So like, that
It's a card.
Yeah. Like that card's not cheap. Oh wow. Champions are $11?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that might be a hot.
Holy shit. Pick up some
That is yeah.
Auriok
Buy your
champions.
Auriok champions. You could order them right here at Chupacabra Games.
They actually been 13s for LPs.
Yeah, fuck this people.
Calling on the play with an Amiria. What's the name of that land?
Amiria. Oh, geez, I don't even know. No, it's not the flip one. It's the other one. Oh, Amiria the
Amiria
Sky
the Sky
Yeah, I think it is
Rune.
Amiria the Sky
But-
Rune. That's correct.
It's something with when you put a planes into play. If you have X number of planes,
Every up at the beginning of each upkeep, if you control 7 or
Oh.
more planes, return a creature to play, or any permanent to play. Actually,
from any graveyard,
from your graveyard.
from your graveyard.
Your graveyard, yeah.
Okay, so maybe if the game goes late, we'll see that happen.
Yeah, actually talking to him after we played a couple weeks ago. He only runs like 8 or 9 planes
Oh wow. Okay, so
because he's on. I think he's on 6 basic planes. He's on like
super
6 or 7 basic planes.
super late game.
He's on 6 or 7 basic planes, and it does count like planes cards, not just basic planes.
Oh, okay.
So his 2 Mistveil planes that he runs,
Those count,
which
those
are
count.
typed planes, will do it.
So Eric gets a Thoughtseize off here, but we do see
No, this is actually Eric Unholy Heated, Cullen's Martyr of Sands, and Cullen
and we're
revealed
martyrs.
his entire
I see it.
hand
I see it. I forgot
Like
Martyr Proc
Martyr.
does Martyr Proc things and
Yeah.
reveals cards from their hand.
and gains him 18 life. I think 15 life. 15.
That'll buy him some time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a couple Death Shadow hits.
I think so. This is. I really wish we saw Cullen win that game 1.
I think like I said, I think it was his to lose, and then he did.
Oh, 'cause this is not a bad start from Cullen at all.
No, I mean I'm not sure.
His hand looks pretty nuts.
I'm not sure what all we've got over there. It looks like there
He's
might be
got 2 Abiding Grace, a Ranger Captain, a Martyr of Sins, and 1 other card.
Okay, I'm glad you saw all of that because I was not paying attention.
Yeah, if he draws a planes, he probably wins this game. If Eric doesn't have Spell Pierce.
Yeah, if Eric has
Because if he gets an Abiding Grace off, he gets to... Oh, this is a Squawk. Okay. Squawk has Flash?
no, he's playing this on his turn.
Oh, okay.
We have failed to find a land.
I see.
Yes. So we're loading up with All right. So I don't want to get all 3 squawks here.
Because your hand's too big then?
Yeah, I want to get 2 squawks and not discard a card.
That seems reasonable. Maybe... I mean, what is he even discarding here? Nothing, right? You want to keep all the...
I want all
I
the-
100% agree.
I don't like unless I have some 1-drop I'm okay with not putting into play first.
I think he's just pitching a hawk.
Yeah,
I would rather leave it...
I would
Honest,
rather leave it in the deck to be another white card in my hand later.
I think that's almost always the situation, yeah.
Uh,
Unless you just don't want to draw that card.
So it blocks a lot. Like he just threw away a blocker for this Darcy.
Potentially, yeah.
I like getting it out of my deck in like if he was up against my deck, if he was up against Mono White Death and Taxes, it's not doing a whole lot for you. I mean, it blocks Flicker Wisps, but like I can get them out of the way easy enough. I can save my Flicker Wisps easy enough. I can make them larger than 1 toughness easy enough.
Yeah.
That like I like them being out of the way as practically dead draws. Against Death and Taxes. Is that a second Emiria? Did he play a second Emiria? I think he played a second Emiria.
That card's not a play.
And then he attacked into a Ledger Shredder with a Squawk. Okay.
Understandable. I mean,
Interesting.
he's got a lot of life to play with.
Yeah.
There's room for error here, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know about down a game, but
I mean, if he just gains enough,
and like your opponent is like this is the one deck that he plays. Your
Right.
opponent is a deck specialist.
right,
So like
your opponent's gonna find the way to win.
Yeah,
There's a
if
way
you
to win. Like,
yeah, I don't know that I like making any errors in against a deck specialist.
yeah, it's hard. I mean, Cullen, as far as I know, has not. Modern's not his main format.
No, he doesn't
Commander's
play
definitely what he's
Yeah.
gonna be playing most of the time. So I mean, there's obviously a learning curve to playing like a 1v1 format as well as a just entirely different format on its own.
Yeah, he just goes to 51 here.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's room for error here because
there is
if he resolves this Abiding Grace,
I don't think he is.
I think it's gonna get drowned. Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, it's getting
Omega drowned.
like your opponent.
but he has 1 more.
Yeah, but my opponent like knows that this is
Oh, yeah, right.
like I've shown him these abiding grace
he's gonna keep them.
That is a downside to Martyr. Is your opponent has perfect information of what
Doesn't have to. He did playing against me. He did in fact conceal information a couple times.
Okay. So he doesn't need as much life.
Yeah, because like, he was in a situation where he had 7 cards in hand, and he's holding back a removal spell to hide a removal spell from me. Specifically one that answers Cauldron Complete. Thinking it might change whether or not I'm grabbing Cauldron Complete, but I don't know if you know this, but Cauldron Complete kills people.
Yeah, it sure does in fact use the combat stuff.
So I don't really care if you have a removal spell for it, because you got to point your removal spell somewhere.
Yeah.
If you're going to point it at my 2 mana 5/5, sure, okay,
Sure, good enough.
Looks like we hit another planes there. Cullen notably has a bunch of white border planes in his deck. That all, and I believe if I remember correctly, all of his planes don't match, like at all.
Oh wow, okay, that's a bold decision.
Just to tilt people.
Yeah, I mean that is a tilt factor. I mean,
Mono white bordered planes all unmatching.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So he should white border his entire deck. It would look clean, honestly. Like with all the white cards.
Yeah, sure.
You can do that. You can definitely just rub the cards hard enough, and they just turn white.
Yeah, you can also take some acetone and a cotton swab to them.
Oh, sure.
They also sell white border sleeves if you don't want to actually damage your cards, but they don't look.
No,
Good.
you
They don't
have
look
to
as
fully commit.
They don't look as.
You have to fully commit.
Erica had him on his Delver deck for a while. Legacy, and the white borders are just like chonky thick.
It's the same thing for the black border sleeves too. I've seen.
Yeah, they don't look as clean.
Some beta cards do have that thick of a border, though. I will say.
Alpha cards too.
Yeah.
Alpha cards too. My word of command definitely has a thick border.
Oh yeah, especially like a lot of alpha cards aren't going to be well centered either.
Yeah,
So-
I think my word of command is pretty well centered. I mean, going even
It's
like
a little shifted, I think, but not like
no
majorly.
no. I mean, even like going out so far as like legends and stuff, you still see
Yeah.
you still see centering issues. Like one of my Caracases is not very well centered at all, but my chains and all 4 or my other 3 Caracases are all like damn near spot on.
Nice.
Especially love to see that on the chains.
Oh yeah.
Like when we're talking
Something
about
your favorite card, you know.
yeah. Well, just specifically talking about a card that expensive in general.
Oh, sure, yeah.
If you ever decide you want to get it graded, that massively improves your odds of getting a high grade.
Yeah.
Eric coming out here with, I believe that is an alpha swamp, but it might just be a beta swamp. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's alpha.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really tell from here.
Based on how rounded those corners are looking, I'm thinking it might.
I will say they do look different than the Blood Crypts, so I think you're
Yeah.
right.
I know it is at least a beta swamp.
Yeah, at least, the very least.
Yes.
It is Eric we're talking about.
Yeah, he likes to ball out hard for his
He's got an expensive
his-
database.
yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, all OGs, I believe. Well, that's not true. I believe he has old border for his cons fetches.
I don't think so.
Or not cons fetches, for his Zendikar fetches.
I don't think so. I think
Really?
the Scalding Tarn in there is a normal border, normal frame.
Is there a Scalding Tarn in there that we've seen?
There is one. Yep. Next.
Oh yeah, I
next
see.
to the
I
water
see.
reaper.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? You might be right. I think he saw the light after I told him that they look like literal poop.
Oh, they do.
They do. They look
terrible, dude.
They look so bad, especially next to the old to the originals.
I agree. I told Ian the same thing, and he's
every time he's
all the way.
every time he always I say that to him, like, those look like literal poop,
Yeah,
actual shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I agree, but they match. And I'm like,
but they don't.
okay, if that's what you think,
Yeah.
then okay.
Like, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, sure. You know, it's
He also, but like, he at least admits that he also doesn't particularly care for their opinions.
right. So explosives is on 3, and Cullen has 2 3-drops in play.
Yeah, not great, but we're about to put a 6/6 with flying and lifelink into play.
Okay,
I don't know if you know this, but our opponent is 11.
It does die to Fatal Push.
Yep,
Trigger Ledger Shredder.
it does in fact die to Fatal Push, and our opponent is digging deeper for Fatal Push. But if he doesn't have the Fatal Push, it also dies to powered up heat. Although we don't have a powered up heat yet. We don't have a delirious heat.
Wow, no delirious.
Although we will be able to get the delirium just by cracking these explosives.
Oh, sure.
Are you sure? Yeah. Double, triple, yeah. Okay.
looks like Eric found the terminate on that. Looks like Eric found the terminate on that. Or to take out that Sarah Ascendant and crack the explosives to take out the 2/3 drops. Colin's got a martyr in play though, so probably feeling pretty good. Not hating the situation he's in. Although, definitely would prefer to have one of those abiding graces in play. Cullen taking the line of attacking Eric's mana base, something that Grixis is notably weak to. I believe Eric plays 2 basic lands, although it might only be 1, or perhaps he has the island in hand. But I know Eric does generally lose some points against decks that can attack his mana base. My Death in Taxes deck in particular, frequently he will lament being strip locked out of the game whenever I manage to be able to pull that off. Colin just passing the turn here, holding as many white cards in his hand to gain as much life as possible. Taking his beats. Looks like still only 7. Eric jamming a Death Shadow. Just a 2/2 though. And the fact that Colin continues to not pressure Eric's life total kind of being an issue here. Oh, looks like Cullen is opting to gain, it looks like 15 life, so he'll be going up to 47, showing Eric a Skyclave apparition that he'd had hidden. We might see that Skyclave enter play here. Oh no, he's going to play a Ranger Captain of Eos. Probably tutor up another Sarah Ascendant if he's got one, maybe another Martyr. Yeah, it looks like there's another Sarah Ascendant. Probably going to throw this out there. Let Eric do the drawing. Or maybe not. I think the ability that it will grant you to pressure your opponent's life total, not to be undervalued here. Eric drawing off of his ledger shredder. Hoping to find a removal spell for the 6/6 that's about to end his life. Banking on this discard. Eric discarding a Turok Dread Cantor, pretty good sideboard tech against the mono white deck. It is definitely a pain in the ass to answer. I know from firsthand experience. Eric's fetching and shocking, making that Death Shadow a 5/5. Still not quite large enough to challenge that Sarah Ascendant yet, though. So, you missed it, but Eric found a terminate for the first Sarah Ascendant. Colin's gone up to 47. Well, actually, I think he was a little higher. Or no, he just went up to 47. And then tutored up another Sarah Ascendant and has played another Sarah Ascendant. And
Okay.
that's about as far as we've gotten.
And
Eric
at 47.
Yep. Eric pitched a Turok to the Ledger Shredder trigger. So the Ledger Shredder is now larger. And now you're all caught up on the game.
Cool. All right. Back.
Yeah. Our viewers are already there. They already know. Eric having another removal spell for the what's it? I think for the Sarah Ascendant.
Yep.
I think Cullen making that big misplay in game 1 is gonna probably cost him the match.
I
here.
think that is. This game looks like a lot harder to win than the last one. Although that being said, it's not the worst position.
I think he probably could have like dragged out game 1 long enough.
Oh,
He might have like decked his opponent,
Yeah.
or just found a way to win eventually and just killed him eventually.
Right.
And
Or if Eric's just on one Croxa, he might have just conceded.
yeah, if you just eat the Croxa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even if you don't eat the Croxa, you're just like you just get a martyr and play eventually with a bunch of cards in hand.
Right.
You just martyr for 21.
Yeah.
Or do it in your turn after you've drawn an 8 card.
That's pretty hard to
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares? Here's a Skyclave coming down. So he's gonna
Get rid of the bird.
take the burb. You don't have any flying blockers.
He's gonna be taking some damage.
Yeah. And I guess
He's got squawks in hand.
yeah, you do have squawks.
He
We're
gets a
putting
squawk here.
no, that's a martyr.
Oh, that is a martyr.
Yeah. That only gains 6.
Maybe 9. Do we know what card he drew?
We don't. He did notably gain 18 off of his last martyr. So
okay.
it's like oh okay, yeah, still holding 2 squawks in hand. I think if we hadn't pulled that third squawk out previously, we could play one of these Squadron Hawks right now, and we'd be tutoring up another one, and we wouldn't be going down a white card. And I really would like to be in that.
Yeah.
Having a flying blocker in play for these 3/3s, and
Paths to exile.
Eric conceding to that because Cullen does in fact have lethal on board.
Yeah, Eric's a 5. Wild game. Cullen could have 2-0'd Eric, I think, if he got the first game.
All right, so
It's
like I said, I think
very positive for Cullen.
yeah. So all right, realistically, I think Cullen could have just taken the slow, safe line. You're gonna deck your opponent eventually. If you just play quick and like the play lines are obvious, Eric's not gonna try to like slow play you to try to burn the clock down or anything like that.
He's gonna want to finish the game.
Yeah, if you're going quick, and there's a chance that you get to a situation where Eric decides that he sees the writing on the wall, realizes, hey, I'm not gonna grind out this match. My Croaks is dead. My opponent's
another one.
My opponent's gaining life every so often. With my Croaksa or all of my Croakses are gone. I have no way to win this. Maybe Eric would concede sooner. You wouldn't have to take him all the way to no cards in library.
Right.
Maybe you'd find your Sarah Ascendants and he wouldn't have answers, and you get to ascend him to death.
Yeah. You could even end it quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Cullen took a line that has potential significant upside if it pays out, and it didn't pay out, and that was the real big problem. It was the greedy line, and Eric happened to be in a spot where he could just exploit that greed
As fast as possible.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if Cullen can get it done on game number 3.
It looks like we did see a little bit of sideboarding out of Eric there too. Maybe that was just grabbing the Giganta. I wasn't really paying the most attention.
I think he did reach for a sideboard.
I know he added Giganta to his hand last game. So that might have been that. That is one thing that happened while you stepped away that I did not update you on because I forgot, because it wasn't a particularly important game action.
It almost did not matter. If he forgot to declare,
Yeah.
it might have mattered.
It might have mattered.
But since he is sporting the token, pretty impossible to forget.
I've definitely seen people still do it.
I'm gonna like walk my hands. Like,
Yeah, that's probably good. Players resolving. Eric almost destroying his cards. Players are resolving mulligans right now. I don't know if this is. I think this might be Eric and Eric's first mulligan. Yep, he's going to 6 here. Going to 6 here. Leads on the good old Bloodstained Mire Cracket. Definitely going to see a shock here. Maybe a Thoughtseize to follow it up. I know he is fond of the fetch shock Thoughtseize life. Being a Death Shadow player. Eric mulligans to 6, and looks like we're probably going to see a fetch shock. Yep, I was right. I'm a psychic. Fetch shock Thoughtseize.
straight down to 16.
Yep. 15 actually. Fetch shock Thoughtseize.
Oh, there was a fetch.
Yep. So if I'm Eric, I think there's an Abiding Grace over there. I think I have to take that.
Unfortunately, yeah, it looks like 3 lands. Well, it's Squadron Hawk, Martyr of Sand Solitude, and the.
Oh, that's a Solitude.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. That is not a. So Martyr then. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. If that was an Abiding Grace, you have to take the Abiding
It
Grace.
could have been Solitude. This just means Eric can't go for an early Death Shadow.
Yes.
Or he could.
Well-
He would just get very punished.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about like if our opponent had Abiding Grace.
Oh, you
there,
easily.
You have to take the Abiding Grace because it brings back everything else.
It's just too.
Or almost
It's too
everything.
easy to get rid of with Thoughtseize too.
Yes.
It's the only like good way to get rid of it.
Well, Eric is also on the Engineered Explosives. We did see him use that. To
Oh,
answer
you're
it,
right. You're right. Okay. There was an actual answer to that.
in the last game.
Yeah, well,
Um, a lot of baubles here out of Eric. 3 of them, in fact, we've seen so far. 2 Thoughtseizes. Second Thoughtseize taking that Kami of False Hope.
Yep.
That Fog Spirit as opposed to Fog Frog.
Frog.
Uh,
Notably, our players do only have 7 minutes left on the clock. So if Cullen is going to win this game, it is probably going to be a quicker one. Unless both players decide to play at a faster pace.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cullen's in the situation where that Ranger Captain kind of has to go get Martyr because he's not at 25 or like on his way above to above 25 in short order here to be able to reasonably. Oh wow, Thoughtseize probably going to take that Martyr. To be able to reasonably get a Saris, and it would just be the 1/1.
Right.
Which would just die to a regular old Unholy Heat here. Yeah, and Eric opting to take that Martyr of Sands, like I said. And then playing a tapped Steam Vent. Yeah, tapped Steam Vents because of the Thoughtseize. Wow, top deck Abiding Grace, and Eric has no response to this.
Explosives are bust at this point.
Yeah. And then, yeah, he just gets to put that martyr back in play. And I think wow, I don't know if Cullen's going to be able to win this game, but Eric sure isn't.
Yeah. I mean, at what point do you just give it to him? Like, if he gets like 200 plus life,
Well, you have an unholy heat here, so you can buy yourself some time.
sure.
But I mean, the rules of tournament magic say your opponent does have to kill you unless you want. You don't have to give it to him unless you're.
Here is engineered
All
explosives.
right, yeah. There's the explosives. It looks like that might have been off the top.
Eric has only one other card in hand.
Yeah. Oh, Cullen's gonna get one creature back here. I think I run out of squawk because I want to get, unless that's triple squawk in hand. I think I want to get some squawks up in here. My pants are. Oh, sorry. I want to get the other. There's only one squawk left in the deck. Okay.
I think there might be another one. There's one underneath the one that he just.
Oh, okay. So there's two there. Yeah. And then you get a murder back, and that can gain you 15 life. That's gonna gain you a nice big 15. Yeah, there are two squawks there. Yeah, so that's gonna gain you 15 life. That's 3/4 of what you normally start at.
Right, and that's a good number too because of the 1 mana 6/6s.
Yep. Well, you only have to be at 20.
Oh, he'd be at 35.
Yeah, he'd be at 35.
Yeah,
You'd be well above.
Yep, that's a lot of life.
Yeah.
There are normally like 1 or 2 burn players here too. I think it's just one. But
yes, I keep including the prowess player, but yes.
Yep.
No. Yeah, only one burn player.
that matchup has to be free.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. I believe the last time I played against Cullen, he had just come off his match against Burn, and he was like, "Yep, clean 2-0. They conceded very quickly." I was like, "Yeah, I bet." You played a turn 2 gain 18, and your Burn opponent scooped.
Good number 2.
Looks like in the end step, we're just going to gain the 15 life here and go to 35. Eric's definitely going to stop him before we get to that next end step here. I think. Is there any So Martyr doesn't have to tap. Wow! Rips the Sarah Ascendant. Wild.
It's a clock.
Martyr. Yeah, it's 2 hits. That's 2 touch dead. Is there any consideration here, if you're Cullen, to attack it, keeping the martyr around to attack with it first?
Yeah, I mean, you're getting to the point where you're just beating Eric down. Like, you're not going to worry about Death Shadow size.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you have lethal on board in the air right now. So, like, I think I would have kept the mom around, the martyr around, hit him for the extra 1.
It might matter. We'll see. I think Eric, if he's going to play another land, it's going to be a fetch or a shock. So that 1 damage might already be accounted for. But Eric does have an answer right away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think putting our opponent to 7 when we have
it is going to matter
4 power in the air that we know we get to push through is...
It shouldn't matter. And these decks don't play Team or Battle Rage either. So there's like almost...
This is true.
No
and you're also way too high of a life total.
You can't even get 1 shot. Yeah, that's rarely an option to live that.
And you also have Path in hand.
Okay, sure.
Like I am not at all concerned about my opponent being able to kill me.
Yeah, that might be out of the realm of possibility now.
The thing I'm wanting to play around is my opponent being able to stop me from killing them.
Yeah.
Although now we have two turn clock in the air, so I don't know. Maybe it's looking more and more like Cullen's gonna pull this out. If we had an advantage muffin, it would definitely be on his side of the field right
This is true. He's got a full board, more than quintuple Eric's life, and he's in a good spot.
Yeah.
He still has cards in hand. He's got more mana than Eric as well.
Yeah. If Eric takes 1 more point of damage, he'll have septuple his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Big math. All right, we have a 1/3 blocker though. Let's see if we have a fatal push. That's probably the best thing you could have.
That's gonna stonewall some hawks. But Cullen does have the fatal, or does have the path. I think you just fire it off. Okay. I think I would just send it right over on there at that thing. You're not gonna give him extra life.
Right, and you're not even gonna give him extra mana at this
And
point.
you're just no, he still has the basics in his deck. Last game we got was when we had the strip mine scenario.
Whoa! Oh, we're just gonna hard cast Solitude. Okay.
It adds to the clock too.
Yeah. It keeps you on a 2-turn. I don't know.
I think that this
I
board,
like Solitude. Yeah, I
this
guess that's
board is
fair.
a lot harder to answer, and it doesn't gain Eric more life. So, like, if Eric plays a Death Shadow or something that can block the
Yeah,
Solitude,
you can
then
pass-
Solitude still gets in.
Yeah,
He has to have a number of things here. Like, basically, engineered explosives are bust.
Eric's gonna dash a Ragavan. You just block if you're Cullen, right? You just don't give him any outs.
I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
Like I'm okay with giving up the extra beater to just say no, you get 0.
There's nothing Eric could have here, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single card
Nope.
for 2 mana.
Nope. We would have needed to see a Pyroclasm just
Come across for 4, and
Okay.
Mono White Martyr proc is
Yeah.
gonna do it.
All right. I am definitely going to go grab Cullen and get him back here.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So we can, even though we have just run
guess-
like right up against time here.
We're gonna take a look around and see how many matches are still going, but
Yeah, that is true. We'll get Cullen back here at some point, hopefully.
Yep.
I'm very curious about that.
Alrighty there, viewers. We are back with round 4. Might even have a 5th round tonight. In this round, we've got Darren back here again with his Grixis Creativity, Indomitable Creativity deck. Trying to floop some Archons into play against Austin, also known as Jurok, on Dredge. I don't know how up to date this Dredge list is, as it is the store deck. So, but both of our players here have draws, so we wanted to see if we could get this Dredge deck on the channel, because it's Dredge. All right, well, it looks like it's pretty up to date since it's got that Kaldheim card that I'm now forgetting the name of. I'm so good at this.
I think it's 420.
Darren icing Jurok's land. Going into his turn 2. Jurok got an Archimedes into play here. Looks like Darren's just going to pass. Hold back. Cathartic Reunion pitching.
Run H2 for blue tokens.
Jurok's cast a Cathartic Reunion. It looks like he hit a Creeping Chill and a Narcomoeba. Being aggressive with these Narcomoebas, sometimes you gotta do that when you're playing Dredge.
Yeah, I mean, they're usually blockers. I think in this matchup, they're honestly going to be good fodder for the Archons.
Yeah. Players correcting that Austin failed to draw his third card off of the Cathartic Reunion here.
Oh, sure. So just naturally drew 1, or what was the fix?
Pitched 2 thugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So thug, dredge thug,
Right.
draw a card. Missed the third draw.
Ah,
Yes.
so we're gonna make an Archon.
Yeah. Darren is explaining to Austin here.
A common one.
No, it is not. Nope.
I do believe Archon is the only option for
I'm pretty sure it is the only
main game 1.
Yeah, I might even be in after game 2 as well. I'm not sure what he's got in his sideboard there. Have you talked to him at all about
I know he's got like mystical disputes in his sideboard. I didn't get a great look at everything.
Okay.
When we were talking earlier.
Yeah. And Austin, reading the ridiculousness that is this Archon.
Yep, it's a house. And we see persist in Darren's deck too, so even if there's a way to deal with it, with like Conflagrate or something.
I think Conflagrate's like the only way the deck has to deal with it.
Yeah. That is fair.
Although, I don't know.
We
My
also,
opponent has a Dark Blast in graveyard. I still don't feel great about making them discard a card.
right, yeah.
What were you about to say?
Even if Darren just finds more ways to draw Archons but can't like make more creativity targets, he can always just discard his Archons to Prismari Command and then reanimate them with Persist.
Yeah. I think he also is on Tainted
Indulgence.
Indulgence.
Yep.
Yeah, the blue, one blue, one black.
That's Chart of Course, but on crack.
Yeah. Yep. Because it's an instant.
And it also sometimes just draws two.
Yeah. I think sometimes you want it to discard even.
Most of the decks in Pioneer that are playing it at least. And here too, probably. But I mean, 2-mana instant speed
It's like-
divination is very good.
Pitching two thugs. See if he identifies that he has a Stinkweed Imp in there. Yeah, he just went right past the Stinkweed Imp. Maybe he's not gonna notice that he's got a Stinkweed Imp. Oh, yep, he spots it. Looks like I don't know how much he's played this deck before. It looks like he's unfamiliar with the fact that you can choose the Stinkweed Imp, and then if you hit another Stinkweed Imp, you could choose to dredge that instead.
Right.
Yeah, see, like
And
we could be
it did
dredging
happen-
that.
He's going to miss one card here.
Yeah, we could be dredging that Stinkweed Imp. We would have hit that Creeping Chill on that Stinkweed Imp. We could be getting 3 Stinkweed Imps here.
Well, I think we would have with just hitting one.
Yes. Players resolving their resolving that Creeping Chill trigger during the resolution of Cathartic Reunion. Not likely to be relevant in this.
We are
in
going to
this
get a
game.
Silver Smoke Ghoul off of that Creeping Chill.
Yeah.
And Archon also going to trigger the Prized Amalgam.
Yeah. Well, the Silver Smoke Ghoul would bring the Prized Amalgam back anyway.
Right. Yeah.
And then, in fact, I think it would bring it back in a phase where you would rather have it on your opponent's turn.
Sure.
So that way they don't have their sorcery speed removal
Yes.
available to hit it. Like if you were playing against a deck that you suspected might have Anger of the Gods in its main deck for some reason.
Yeah. You never know, I guess.
Darren's definitely playing something funky, so yeah. See if he opts to not attack into the. You gonna remember he indicated he knew about those triggers. Is he gonna he's just gonna swing
going to
too.
come in.
All right. We're not blocking. Is he gonna remember
I
to
guess
grab those boys back?
the
They're-
clock is pretty quick with what he's got here.
Yeah,
So I don't hate just attacking.
Yeah, my opponent's gonna gain 3.
Yeah, I mean, you get to block it, I guess, if you do the other play, but I mean, they're going to die regardless.
Yeah, that's true. You might as well.
Because now he gets to get in for 9.
Yeah.
Discarding Stinkweed Imp.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what you want to be putting in the bin is dredge.
It is a free way to discard those, which isn't always free in this version of the deck. They're playing them like less Conflagrates and maybe they're
it's the
playing
blue.
Otherworldly Gaze.
Yeah, Otherworldly Gaze. That's the card that
Yeah.
Jurok played 2 of at the beginning of the game. But I forgot.
Yes.
I was like, I don't remember what this card is called, but it's the version of the deck that's running that one.
Pretty good, I think. I think I like this version of the deck, but it's more of like a combo deck than anything. Darren's gonna make a Treasure Shock the Silver Smoke Ghoul. And then Fatal Push and Amalgam.
Yep. And then Lightning Bolt the other one. Wow.
Yeah, so Darren's just making it a really quick clock with an Archon.
Yeah. And looks like he plays a land tap and passes it back over to Jurok.
Yep. All right, we had to answer a judge call off of stream there for another match, so pardon the absence, but looks like we have concluded game 1 here in favor of Darren on the creativity deck.
Kind of unsurprising given how that was shaken out when
Yeah.
prior to my stepping away there.
Right, I mean, Archon in play is going to be a good way to steal the game quickly, especially if the Dredge player does not have many creatures in play. As we saw Darren deal with everything in play and then just be able to attack freely for a couple turns.
Yep. That'll generally the creature deck needs creatures.
Yep.
To kill your opponent with creatures.
This is true.
Even that 12-point life buffer you get from creeping chills still isn't always enough.
Yeah. I mean, it helps.
Yeah.
It definitely helps.
It does, especially against burn.
Yeah.
The fact that you make them have to count to 32 is they find it quite annoying.
Yep. Yeah, even 21, and they would find it annoying, I think. Just one life can make a whole lot of difference in that matchup.
They like to deal damage in multiples of 3. 21 is
I guess
the whole-
if you're 22, yeah.
Yeah.
You gain one Radiant Fountain is all it takes.
22 is
And their whole...
as your
whole-
level
Yeah.
playing Titan.
Yep. Card's pretty good.
Turns out.
Although people are playing that less and less because they want to play Bajuka Bug. And I think Bajuka Bug's a lot better, but
Weren't you always on like both?
I'm on both currently. I'm not playing Crumbling Vestige. And I'm playing 1 Castle, 3 Cavern.
Gotcha.
So
Only 1 Castle Garen break?
yeah, I mean, when that card came out, people were on 4, but I think that card's pretty hard to commit to. And most of the time, especially if you have more caverns in your deck, it doesn't matter if you make 6 mana because the creature will be able to be countered. And
Yeah.
then you want the cavern mana anyways, so if you can just naturally get to 6.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's there as a one of because sometimes, I don't know, it's Ancient too. And
Yeah.
counter spells are not a thing in the matchup, and you just get to slam it down.
Yeah. I mean, against Death and Texas, you're just like Ancient Tomb.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the better cards
Yeah.
in the deck in that matchup, but I think more often than not, you're going to want to have a cavern just at all times.
Makes sense.
Because even putting it on Elemental to end step Endurance or instant speed Endurance whenever,
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
only getting
you're-
got by
you
a
think
subtlety.
Yeah, you think you're gonna heat my you think you're gonna heat my Titan? No, uncounterably.
Yeah, is that good?
Still dies to double.
As is life. So we're going to see Austin on the play here. I think that's really good for Dredge. Just getting to be able to commit to the board early.
Yeah, the dredge deck being able to go first is always. I mean, any deck except for excepting
Honestly,
8 Rec.
I definitely never won a single die roll over in Michigan a couple weekends ago, and I don't know. It didn't feel that bad. Like getting an extra card meant I
Yeah.
got to have a little
All right.
greedier start, but
If
it's
if we're gonna cut the semantics on freaking controlled mirrors.
yeah.
then-
I only played 1 control mirror.
Wow. All right.
I guess
I do.
technically that I played against Mark on Esper,
Yeah.
which was a control deck, but
I do think that if we're talking about pre-war modern
yeah,
blue-white control mirrors, you do in fact want to be on them.
probably yeah. It doesn't matter because there's no Teferi.
Yeah, there's no Teferis.
Honestly, you
it's
could
just-
still argue that because Dispute exists. Dispute the Teferi, like you'd almost rather be in that position.
in the current blue-white control mirror.
So we see Darren start with Leyline of the Void here.
And then Austin's.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
is it?
I think Darren brings in Thoughtseize, right?
No.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I guess you could Thoughtseize the.
You just Thoughtseize, yeah. Like if they have typically Dredge mulligans a lot, so if they keep a hand
Yeah.
with one discard spell.
Uh,
Oh, Druk did not bring in a way to deal with that Leyline, I guess.
yeah. So he's just conceded the whole match.
Unfortunate, I guess.
Right. You can still kind of try to.
I
play it
don't
out.
think with his hand though. It looked pretty bad.
Yeah, the velocity probably.
you definitely
there.
can play through that. Like if Darren just doesn't have, he misses like a third land drop for like
Yeah,
a few
I
turns,
guess
it could matter.
my opponent put a leyline in play after mulliganing to 7.
Yeah,
if I saw him go down to like 3 or 4, I think I'd be more comfortable with it. But
Right.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think if you weren't planning for it, you kind of just give that up.
You have a really bad game plan, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
We have plenty of time.
We have 30 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go locate another match.
All right, yeah, let's go take a look.
Alrighty, we have located another match to have up here in our feature area. We've got Nico on 4C control against Nick on a deck he has requested that we refer to as Puzzletron. It's mono red Tron with puzzle box. Pharaoh's puzzle box, just for because he likes the card, I guess. I'm not quite sure. It's definitely an interesting thing to be doing. Nick always is coming up in here with some real spice. Real spice. He was playing. I'm trying to remember what the very very wild thing he was doing with Tron a couple of weeks ago or a couple months ago. Yeah, but there was something specifically wild he was doing blue red. I think he might have been trying to Banefire plus Copper to kill people. I don't remember though. But I do remember he was on blue red. But, oh. I forgot to ask our players who was up a game, so I don't actually know. Hi, Darren.
What's up?
Did you? Yeah, you did. You just did the win.
Yeah.
So you're one of our potentially 3, maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know. Undefeateds. It depends on how Steven does in his match.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that game 2 go? Looked real close there for a sec.
Because he was like, okay, pre-game action, and I was like, oh, he's expecting my landline. And then he plays his landline, and I'm like, oh, I also have pre-game action. Landline. I can't beat that.
Yep. Yeah, he was saying he forgot to. He just didn't think about that might be a card he'd be running into, and just didn't bring in the Nature's Claims. So
Yeah, it's like the first hand I was like, I almost kept.
you mulled the 6.
Yeah, the first game the first hand I almost kept because it had an Ashiok, and I was like, it's probably good enough. The hand's like pretty good. Oh, he's mulling to 6. I'll mull the 6.
Yeah.
Try to high roll.
The joys of going second. You do get the extra free information. So we've got 4C control versus Puzzletron
Oh,
up on camera right now. It's mono red Tron with puzzle box for whatever reason. So who do you think would be favored in this matchup?
huh. What's this?
I know James was saying earlier in the evening that
What is that? Is that a torpor orb? I think that is.
anyway, yeah, looks like it did. Yeah, that's a torpor orb. James was saying earlier that Tron's a pretty hard matchup for 4C. So
I mean, if
do you
it's
think that translates to mono red?
I was gonna say if it's like I don't know. I have no idea what the deck list looks like. So I mean, maybe.
It's red, and there's Tron, and he has a puzzle box, at least one. And I know he runs like Blasphemous Act as a board clear, and has Ragavans.
Maybe. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this deck is wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like Ragavan could get early, but there isn't one on the field currently. So
There is in fact one in exile though. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, where did that come from? I don't even know. Oh, did it get solitude?
Yeah, no, I think it got prismatic ending. Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that completely.
Yeah, I think that happened before you came in here. So yeah. I wanted to hear your thoughts on Mono Red Puzzletron.
What is that card?
That's a Graph Digger's Cage. It's like
Okay,
a foil
okay,
Graph
yeah.
Digger's Cage.
Yeah, okay, I see. I was very confused.
Based on the
It's
fact
like
that
a
it was
little
one mana.
shiny-
Oh wait, maybe it's not. Because Nico's examining it. It might not be a Graph Digger's Cage.
Who knows? Who knows what?
I have no idea what's going. That actually looks like that might be the Modern Horizons 2 stamp on it. Yeah,
Go for it.
sure.
Go.
The foil one. Yeah. There's an Eladomri's call coming out for Nico.
I can only imagine a jelly bean at this point. I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know what he grabs here.
I don't even know who won last game. They're on game 2, and I forgot to ask. What was it? It is a Graph Digger's Cage. Okay.
I was gonna say it looks like it. It's just
What?
What?
That seems like a really bad decision into this torpor orb.
yeah. That's not very.
No.
That's not very good.
No, it's not.
Unless he has a way to deal with the torpor.
I mean, he might have a. You could have a March of Otherworldly Light
That's about the yeah.
or a Prismatic Ending.
Or he just casts it into the.
Yep. Maybe we're gonna see him just slam a jamma this night into play. Maybe he'll realize part of the way through with his mistake.
I was gonna say you could put counter. Nope, there's torpor.
Yeah, it's all triggers.
Yeah.
It's all triggers all the way down. Okay. Ending. Or not
Okay.
ending. Iteration.
Iteration. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on iteration in your deck?
Two.
Okay.
Two.
2. Man, your deck is wild.
Yeah.
Are you on the full 4 Archon or
Yes.
Okay.
That's
what I thought I
the
remember you saying earlier.
When I was playing 2 weeks ago, I felt like 3 wasn't enough because it just got dealt with by 4 color, and then it's like, okay, well, I need something to close the game.
Yeah.
I always felt like I needed that much more. So it's like, all right, well, I'll try the Grixis version, see how it works, and it kind of slaps. I like it.
I mean, you're undefeated so far. Only going to time against Forcey, right? That was your draw.
It was 4 color. It was like
I know he's on main deck Emrakul too.
yeah. That's how he got game 1 for sure.
Nope.
I was like, okay, I'm in a pretty good situation here, and then he slaps an Emrakul, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I probably don't win now. I would need a miracle.
And there we go. We're seeing that the ending like we
There
were
we-
expecting
that-
on the
That
torpor
makes
orb.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I just don't even know what is Graph Digger's Cage stopping out of the Elementals deck.
Oh wait, yeah. Hang on, wait. What?
Like,
I was thinking of
do we care about Graph Digger's Cage? No, right?
Right.
Because
I don't think so.
it doesn't stop.
doesn't stop running, so
It doesn't.
well, I guess it does. It stops a running 6 alt, I guess.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it impedes
But-
their emblem. Oh no! Another torpor orb.
Thanks.
Not
ideal.
no. It impedes a Renin 6 alt. It
I was gonna say that's about the only thing I can think of.
yeah, because it doesn't stop ephemerate. It doesn't stop casting evoking things. Doesn't stop Yorion.
Nope. I don't know.
Other than Renal, you don't cast spells from anywhere other than your grave or other than your hand.
He must have got run off to game 1. It must have happened.
Yeah, that must have been how the game ended. Just died to the Renal. Fun fact: if you retrace an ephemerate, it does not go into exile because rebound specifically says from your hand. Otherwise, it would go infinite with itself.
Makes sense.
All right.
Still
So
not 4 lands though.
yeah, on this, I don't know.
That doesn't seem great.
I mean, our life total is. Oh, I forgot to have them do life totals. I have no idea what life totals are.
Hmm.
Oh well. Our life totals are arbitrary.
I mean,
It's all. I mean, it's all made up, and the points don't matter
mono-
anyway.
it's Tron.
Mono red
So-
Puzzletron.
So like,
Don't forget the puzzles.
okay, I mean, so like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just life total matter. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think based on previous iterations of the deck, he tried to kill his opponents with large bane fires.
So, like maybe it matters.
Maybe
It might matter.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Who could say? Oh, it is 5 lands. That we do have that. We do have that Reverend Triumph in play. Nico does, or maybe it's 6. Nico.
No,
does
I was talking
4
about-
lands. Oh, you're talking about Tron.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's also on 5 lands. Well, looks like 4 mountains and a Tron land.
Oh, I missed the 4th one then.
Yeah, it is kind of under his wrist there.
Yeah, when you're playing Tron, you kind of want to have all the Tron lands.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't have access to green and ways to fetch them, or well,
Map.
one way to fetch them.
Yeah, you have map.
That's it. I mean, seems okay, I guess.
I think he's also not on like the stars and spheres and stuff, so he has less of the velocity that normal Tron has in the
Yeah.
drawing the 2 mana cantrips.
It's just trying to like, I don't know, but it just seems wacky.
Yeah,
It seems
it is.
wacky.
It is definitely that.
Oh boy, what do we have here?
Probably an ephemerate.
Oh,
Now that we got those, we got the while we were out. I muted us. While we were gone, we got rid of both torpor orbs.
not sure how that happened, but I mean, hey,
Probably another yeah,
you would have
maybe
to,
a march.
to think.
Yep. Looks like this Ren's about to ult.
Run's about to ult.
Hey, there's
I mean,
land
the-
number 6.
I had a bottom, so I mean, you got to be on the beatdown at this point. There's counters on it.
Yeah.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Oh, what
Looks
is
like
that?
Nico doesn't know either. The problems with not having a table manager this week. Well, doesn't matter. It got countered.
Makes sense. Seems good. This card we don't know, it probably does something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 2 of the same Tron land too. That's rough.
Yeah. I mean, generally the rule is if you see your opponent play a weird card and you don't know what it was, make what it does, make it go away.
Usually.
Oh, you know what? That looks like that might be Shadow Skull Smasher.
Oh yeah.
Nico's exit 20 and it was burned down the house.
What
Down
the
the-
fuck?
oh, what is that
I'm
card?
so glad that I'm allowed to swear on James' stream.
What in the world is that?
Burn down the house.
It's from one new Innistrad set. I know
Yup. 5 mana, choose 1. 5 damage to each creature in each planeswalker. I assume that's the mode that was chosen.
Probably.
Otherwise, the other mode is create 3/1/1 red devil creature tokens. With when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. They gain haste until end of turn.
Huh.
And it's a 3 red sorcery.
Yeah.
So,
That's something.
I mean, you know what? Gotta have a way to answer planeswalkers in mono red Trons somehow.
Yeah. Can't lightning bolt them all.
Nope. There is an enchantment that does 5 damage to each planeswalker each turn. I might have gone for that. Unless you're unless you're on walkers yourself. You are playing Tron, you're probably on some number of walkers yourself.
You would have to think. You would. I mean,
One would assume.
it's. I mean, I would
Again, it's mono red Tron.
I would hope you are still able to natty turn 3 Karn. Like you got to be able to do that if you're playing Tron. I feel like that's just required.
One hopes.
Yeah, it's required.
Here's a old border to fairy time raveler. I love this card.
What a whack card.
So cool.
Very wacky.
Absolutely one.
Yeah, I remember I thought about picking those up and then I didn't, and now I regret it
They're
very much.
really funny. I picked up
Like,
I bought the playset of them, so I have the Karns and the
Yeah,
and the decks.
I thought about just buying the set, and then I didn't, and I just should have because I don't want to pay for them now.
Are they very expensive now or something? Or?
I haven't looked, but I would imagine because it's a secret layer product, and it's a played secret layer product.
Yeah.
Let's see how much to fair time. Oh yeah,
Only twice as expensive as the regulars.
only twice. I already have too many of the regular ones, so
Hey man, if you have 8 of the regular ones, you could trade them into.
I guess. Seems
Dude, I remember when this card was like $30 a piece, and now it's down to 13.
yeah. It did used to be very expensive. I
Not quite the hammer it
miss-
used to be.
I miss when the one from Dominaria came out. I pulled one
Hero?
out. Yep.
Yep.
I pulled one out of the fact. I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah. Free to go was like,
if
yeah. Pre-war modern, man. Getting to play Search for Escanta, Teferi,
Search
Hero
for-
of Dominaria,
Yep.
Cryptic Command.
that was my deck. I was on Jeskai Control.
No,
That was-
that's too many colors. That's too many colors for my blood.
Jeskai baby.
Too many colors for my blood. I want 2 colors. I want to play 4 Celestial Colonnade. I bought Japanese buy a box promo Celestial Colonnades.
Pretty good.
Back when Colonnades were $100 for a piece.
Yeah.
For foils.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, they're not quite so much anymore. But I love the card's beautiful and I love it. So I don't
Yeah. Back when I tried to do a short stint with blue white, I had got the new Zendikar expeditions because
Yeah.
those ones look nice. Like that.
The originals look good.
Oh well, I think the originals look good, but I prefer the original expeditions. But I'm talking about the specific art for Colony.
Oh yeah. The Colonnades, yes.
Yeah, the specific art for the Colony, super nice.
Yes.
Yeah, the Mystic Gate. That one
I had
is
the
so
opportunity.
nice.
I had the opportunity to pick up a Mystic Gate for $20.
Yeah,
And obvious regret, given that they're like 125.
I think I picked one up for Mike for very cheap at the time. I think $30.
Yeah.
And then Mystic Gate got played a bunch with a couple modern seasons ago.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute since Mystic Gate's seen a lot of play, really.
I thought about getting rid of it. And I still got it. It's in my EDH deck.
There you go. What do you want in EDH now?
Oh, it's in my Tigan.
Okay.
That's one of that. I mean, I don't have it together right now,
Nice.
but it is one of the decks that I have all of the cards that aren't in other decks altogether, so I can just throw it together when I need to.
Yeah, I do that for CEDH.
Mhm.
Things are expensive in that format.
Uh-huh.
So moving things around is more economical.
Yep. Yep, that's what the Tiger is. It was one of my OG CEH decks.
Yep.
Taking turns is always fun. Copying turn spells is always fun.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It is my favorite thing to do.
I've noticed.
I
Do you play the Velomachus Neoform deck in Pioneer?
no.
Okay.
I
You
don't
play
play
Pioneer?
I don't play Pioneer.
There's a Velomachus Neoform deck that Neoforms Tasigur into Velomachus, and then casts the 6-mana extra turn spells that are available in Pioneer.
Oh, because Neoform puts
Gives a
one
+1
counter.
+1 counter on him.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Gives it 6 power.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, but that's a thing. Wait, so you're playing Tassigers and
Yeah, so it fills its bin with a bunch of cantrips, and then finds Tasigur, plays him for 1, Neoforms him into Velomachus, and then immediately attacks
interesting.
and hopes to hit a 6-drop.
I mean, yeah, that's what I used to do. That's what I used to do in Modern.
Yeah, except you used Time Warp.
I used Time Warp and Save the Moment.
Yep.
It was always really fun coming in and then just taking a bunch of turns on people and then winning.
Yeah. I had a couple extra turns taken at me a couple times.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
So there's a Rendlum down.
Looks like Nico's gonna do the whole bolcha a
That's,
bunch with this Remblem.
I mean, 7 times. That's all it takes. He was at 20 last I heard.
Yep. Looks like we're just gonna. Sounds like we're just gonna count down from 20. Although it looks like we don't have the Ren in play anymore, so we're not just gonna get to.
Oh, he was looping Besagir then. I missed that completely.
No. He is in fact looping the lightning bolt. That's why he keeps pulling it to the top.
Well, I was talking about before. He was probably looping the Besagir, and that's why he has so many mountains.
Oh,
He's getting rid of the Tron lands.
yeah. Mayhaps. Hey, another Tron land.
Talking
Actually,
too much.
like looking at this, it might be. It's the friggin' it's the garbage time thing. I think they're both XO or OX. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're both OX. So I don't mean to be mean to them, but I think it's this is the garbage time match.
Garbage can.
I mean,
He's the trash man.
Yeah.
I come out.
we sometimes get hella off topic in the match we're supposed to be paying attention to. I don't know why anyone would expect me to pay attention to this match.
We saw burn the house down played, and we had to look that up. We're like, what does that conditions going on?
I do not.
5 damage to all creatures.
That makes some dudes.
Yeah.
Well, creatures and planeswalkers.
No, not players.
Not players.
Not players.
It's an interesting card. But in modern,
It's a rare from Midnight Hunt.
I knew that.
yeah. It's like I knew it was from one of the new.
Looks like Nick's scooping it up there. I'm assuming that's Nico taking it out. I hope so. They've run out of time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. We'll probably won't have Darren back here in the next round, but we should be having another round here. You're probably got to go play for being first place.
Oh yeah. Probably.
So we'll get another round started here for you folks in just a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Looks like we might be having some technical difficulty, viewers. You have to give me just a minute to go try to get that sorted out. I'll be right back. We'll be coming at you with 4C Control versus Amulet Titan here in just a couple minutes. Alrighty, turns out that all we had to do was unplug it and plug it back in. Might also have to go ask our players if they could relocate the phone that we've got life totals on there because it's a little glary over there. Be right back once again, viewers. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Oh well. It looked fine out at the table. I can still kind of read it here and keep you guys updated on life totals. We've got 17 to 20. 17 on the side of the 4C control player here. Reed, let me hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the prediction started. Almost forgot about that. Alrighty there, gamers. You've got 5 minutes to get your votes in on who you think will take down this match between Reed and Garrett here. Right now it looks like Garrett's missing the key amulet piece of the Amulet Titan deck. And Reed's out here with looks like a Coatl and a Teferi. Now Reed just bounced his own. Interesting. Oh, okay. Activating mobile. Bounced his own Abundant Growth to draw a card, and then replayed Abundant Growth. Draw another card. It's a pretty good interaction he's got there. It's draws you a nice, pretty number of cards. And Eric, or Garrett, I mean, bringing out the other namesake card of his deck, the Titan half of Amulet Titan. Looks like our players are maybe discussing I don't know. These two here are good friends. So they're probably having a load of fun shooting the shit. I'll be right back. Gotta correct an issue here. Sorry about that. Just running out there to correct the issue with the Vesuva copying the Saga there. Can't do that since they entered at the same time. Reed's Solitude ephemerating all of Garrett's creatures out of play, and then hitting him with that Beseju to take care of the Saga and prevent the Vesuva that Garrett picked up from being able to come down and copy that Saga. Garrett gets in for, or Reed gets in at Garrett for 3 lifelink. Slams a Ren and 6. It's probably gonna, I would imagine, if I'm Reed, I think I want to buy back that Beseju that I've got over there in the yard. Yeah. Looks like Reed's thinking the same thing I am. Beseju is a pretty hard card to beat if you can jam enough of them from the Titan against the Titan deck. Like I was saying earlier, these two players are, it's far from what I've been told, pretty good friends. So they're probably over there just shooting the shit while they're playing. No, nothing wrong with that, of course. But you're seeing all the, that's, if any viewers curious as to what's going on with all the talking we're seeing, the table talk we're seeing, that's probably what's going on there.
Only puts. You're knowing what you.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Reed pitched a dress down, or maybe dress downed in response to something here. Oh, looks like Reed dressed down in response to a Titan, maybe. All right, Garrett throwing a bunch of lands onto the battlefield. Gonna try to gain himself a bunch of life. When Reed inevitably solitudes this cultivator colossus. And Garrett waffling on what he wants to choose for the. Looks like he's choosing Simic Growth Chamber for that Vesuva copy. Oh, maybe he's choosing Valakut. I don't think it really matters too much what we're picking here. We don't have a Dryad in play. We aren't gonna have any Valakut triggers. I'm gonna be right back, players or viewers, or maybe not. Looks like maybe the players got it sorted. And we're all good to go. Alright. Apologies for the lack of commentary, viewers. It's getting pretty late here, and I actually think I'm gonna dip out. James might be back for a little bit to talk some more, but I doubt it because the other person here who was working the counter here at Chup had to go home. So probably just gonna be all y'all watching this stream in silence until the end of the night. So there's no Pioneer tomorrow. We're doing Legacy here. Full proxy, I believe. At the store. And we likely won't be streaming it. We might. We might have this same setup again tomorrow. We'll see. We have not yet figured that out. So I'll be back on who knows when. Maybe next week with Pioneer. Maybe next week with Modern. Who can say? So talk to y'all later. Have fun watching the rest of this riveting